Hello everyone, welcome back to another tutorial. For this week I want to share with you another summer art that is so easy to make, lightweight and beautiful, and that is the merch summer heart. So for this project I'm using this acrylic yarn. I'm using a 4.5mm oak scissors, darning needle and stitch markers. These are the things that I need for this tutorial. So I'm going to start with a magic circle and I'm going to do a chain 3. This is a very simple heart and it's really lightweight and really nice for summer. So after the chain 3, I'm going to work, the chain 3 counts as a double crochet. Into the magic circle, I'm going to work 11 double crochets, and with the chain 3, making 12 double crochets. So I'm going to do 11 double crochets now, and I'm going to meet you once I'm done with that and in the first round. So this is the end of round 1. I'm going to close up that ring and close it up, and I'm going to do a slip stitch. So that's the first chain 3, that's the chain 3. So I'm going to do a slip stitch into the second chain from the chain 3. I'm going to close up that ring properly, and this is the end of round 1. Moving on to round 2. For round 2 I'm going to do a chain 5. To start round 2, I'm going to chain 5. Chain 5 is 1 double crochet plus 2 chains. So the 5 chains is 1 double plus 2 chains. So I go into the next stitch. I go into the next stitch and I do 1 double crochet. So that's chain 2. So I'm going to do chain 2. Into the next stitch, 1 double crochet, chain 2, and I go into the next stitch and do 1 double crochet. So round 2 is 1 double crochet, chain 2, 1 double crochet into every stitch and chain 2 in between. I'm going to meet you once I am done. I'm doing the last chain 2 for round 2, and you need to do the chain 2 before I slip stitch. So if you count the stitch, it has to be 12 double crochet. So into the chain 5, I'm going to slip stitch into the third chain of the chain 5. Round 3 is going to be chain 3. I chain 3 for round 3, and into that same place where I did the chain 3, I'm going to do another double crochet. So the chain 3 is a stitch, so we have 2 double crochets together. I'm going to chain 2. I go into the next stitch. I walk into the stitch. I'm not walking into the space throughout, so I'm walking into every stitch. 2 double crochets. I go back again into that same stitch and do another 1 double crochet, and then we have 2 double crochets. Chain 2. I go into the next stitch. I walk 2 double crochets into 1 stitch, chain 2. Into the next, I walk 2 double crochet. So into every stitch, 2 double crochet. I'm walking just right on top of the stitch, and I'm not walking in between the space. No, I'm not walking in between the space. I walk right into the stitch. So round 3 is 2 double crochets into every stitch. So I'm at the end of round 3, doing my last 2 double crochet into the last stitch. I'm going to do a chain 2 and do a slip stitch into the third chain of the chain 3. So this is what the heart is looking at. Now we're moving on to round 4. For round 4, I'm going to do chain 4. So that is 1 double crochet and 1 chain. I'm going to go into the next stitch. So into the next stitch, I'm going to work 1 double crochet, chain 2, into the next stitch. So we have 2 double crochets from the previous row. So into the first stitch, I'm going to do 1 double crochet, chain 1, into the next stitch, the stitch next to the other one, 1 double crochet, chain 2, and 1 double crochet into the next stitch, chain 1, 1 double crochet into the other double crochet from the previous row, and as you can see, I'm working right on top of the stitch. So we have 2 double crochets from the previous row. What is happening now is I'm just putting 1 chain in between them. So then chain 2, 1 double crochet, chain 1, into the next stitch, 1 double crochet right on top of that, chain 2, and then we're just going to keep repeating the same thing until we get to the end. It's pretty simple and straightforward. So I'm going to meet you once I'm done. To end round 4, I'm going to do a slip stitch into the chain 3, so into the chain 4 from the 3rd chain. So I'm done with round 4. Moving on to round 5. For round 5, I'm going to do 5 chains, and that is 1 double crochet with 2 chains. So I go into the next stitch. So that is a stitch. So I go into the next stitch and do a double crochet. I'm going to chain 2. I go into the next stitch and do 1 double crochet. Chain 2. One double crochet into the next. So it's 1 chain, and so 1 double crochet, chain 2, 1 double crochet, chain 2 throughout for round 5. And this is we're not working into the space, just making sure that we're working right on top of the stitch from the previous row. So 1 double crochet, chain 2, 1 double crochet into the next stitch. So I'm going to work this until I'm done. I'm going to meet you at the end. So I'm just trying to make sure that you understand that I'm working right on top of the stitch from the previous row. So I'm working from the stitch from the previous row, and I'm not working into the space. So I'm doing from the previous row, I'm working right on top of the stitch from the previous row. Okay, once I'm done with that, I'm going to chain 2 and do a slip stitch into the 3rd chain from the chain, slip stitch into the 3rd chain. So moving on to round 6. To round 6 is chain 3, and into that same stitch where I did the chain 3 in the same stitch I did the chain 3, I'm going to work 1 double crochet into that same space, into the place where I did the chain 3. Chain 3 is a double crochet and a double crochet, so that's 2 double crochets, chain 2. I move on to the next stitch. I do 2 double crochets into the same stitch, and as you can see, I'm working into the stitch next to it, chain 2, into the next stitch, 2 double crochets into 1 stitch, into the same stitch, chain 2, 2 double crochets into the next stitch, chain 2. So I'm going to repeat this for round 6 until the end. This is round 6. I'm going to do a slip stitch into the third chain from the chain 3 from the start. Moving on to round 7. To start round 7, I'm going to do a chain 3 right into the space where I did the chain 3. Now I'm going to do into the next stitch I'm going to do 1 single crochet. I'm going to chain 2. Into the next I'm going to work 1 double crochet into the next stitch. Into the next stitch I'm going to work another 1 double crochet. So what I'm basically doing is doing 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, chain 2. So that's 1 double crochet in one stitch, 1 double crochet, again chain 2, because we have 2 double crochets together from the previous row. So I'm just doing 1 double crochet right on top of them. Just 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, chain 2, 1 double crochet into the first stitch, 1 double crochet into the second stitch, chain 2. So that's what I'm doing for round 7, and I'm going to continue round 7 up to round 13. So there is no need anymore to increase for any increase. So I'm going to repeat this until row 13. I'm going to move ahead. So as you can see, I'm just trying to show you 1 double crochet there, 1 double crochet there. So we have 2 rows and 2 double crochet from the previous row. We're just going to do that 1 double crochet into the 2 stitches and chain 2. So I'm at the end of round 7. I'm going to chain 2 and do a slip stitch into the chain 3, into the third chain from the chain 3, and moving on. So I'm going to do round 8. Now I'm going to start round 8, and to start every round from this round 8 to round 13, you're going to start every round with 3 chains. That's 1 double crochet. You go into the next stitch and do a double crochet, chain 2. You go into the next stitch and do 1 double crochet into the 2 stitches, another 1 double crochet again, and chain 2. So that's 1 double crochet into 2 stitches. So you're going to start like this, end with chain 2 and do a slip stitch. So from round 8 now up to round 13, you're going to be repeating the same thing. You end each round with a slip stitch into the third chain. So now I am done with round 13. So this is how the hat looks now. Almost done, almost completed. So to the picot, and the picot is just to make this embellishment in front of the art. It's just to embellish the heart, just to give it this decorative look. So we're going to do the last round, which is the picot. So for round 14, I'm going to start with chain 6. So that is 1 double crochet and chain 3. That's 1 double crochet and chain 3. So from the third chain, I'm going to go from the third chain and do a slip stitch, and that's a picot. Now I have a double crochet. I'm going to yarn over, go into the next stitch, not into the same stitch, into the next stitch to it, and do 1 double crochet. Now I'm going to show this one more time. Chain 2, go into the next stitch and do 1 double crochet, chain 3, I'm going to chain 3. I'm going to work back down, do a slip stitch into the leg of the double crochet, right on top of the double crochet. Pick up that loop and do a slip stitch. I'm going to do that one more time. You pick up the leg and do a slip stitch, yarn over, go into the next stitch next to it and do a double crochet. So now this is how to make the picot. Chain 2 to move on to the next. 1 double crochet into the first stitch. Chain 3, 2, 3. And now go back down where the chain 2 and the double crochet and the chain 3 meet. That's the leg of the work of your double crochet, and do a slip stitch, yarn over, do a double crochet into the next stitch, and we have a picot there. So chain 2, repeat the same thing, a double crochet, chain 3, do a slip stitch into the leg of the double crochet. We have a picot, yarn over, and do a double crochet into the next stitch. So there are so many ways to to decorate this art, but I do not have those beads and those decorative things, so I'm just using the picot. So I'm going to do my last chain 2 and do a slip stitch into the third chain from the first chain 6 that we started with. Into the third chain, I do a slip stitch, chain 1, and fasten off. So guys, we've come to the end of this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Please do not forget to like, share, subscribe to my channel. Give this video a big thumbs up. Thank you, and see you in the next one.